catch me now, ready to put the white blocking in on the lettering that we did in an earlier video. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get some gesso or some titanium white or whatever I decide to use, and I'm going to start blocking in. It's as simple as that, and just follow the outlines that we put down. I've selected a, I don't know, little round brush, nothing in particular for this. I've also decided I'm going to use some titanium white because it's because of the opacity of it, really, more than anything. So I'm just going to do that down to like a wash, not too thin, not too thick, basically. So I'm going to let that dry now, and as you can see, we've just blocked it in, basically, filled it in. That's given us a nice base now, so we can put whatever colour we want on that. This, believe it or not, household emulsion paint. What I did, the lady that wanted me to do this, I've got a cushion, and her room's all decorated in this type of colour, and she gave me the cushion. She wanted me to take the words off, so I took this to a local DIY shop, and they scanned the colour for me, and they give me a pot of paint for sample tester pot, basically, and that was £3, and there's 250 millilitres of paint in there. So there's a little tip for you. If you want a specific colour for anything, how many canvases do you think I'll do? I'll do quite a few. So, you know, £3, that's cheaper than a tube of paint. That's 120 millilitres, and that was £5. So, you know, yes, you can use household emulsion paint. It's acrylic. End of story. There's no ifs and buts about it. It's acrylic paint, so there's nothing stopping you using household paint. We'll let that dry now, and I'll decide what I'm going to do as far as the patterning is concerned. I've got the edges to do now. On a couple of the edges I've got to do. I'm going to touch up, and I might get rid of the pencil lines. I just use an eraser or something like that now when this is bone dry, so there's no point me videoing that part. Video is being taken over a few days now, so you know, if I got different clothes on and it's a bit out of sync, don't worry too much about it, because I'm not. What I'm going to do tonight now is concentrate basically on the background and just trying to get some flex in and that type of thing, and then we'll work on the text at a later stage, maybe this evening, hopefully. This shouldn't take long now. So if you like what you see, please leave a comment in the comment box below, and please subscribe, so we'll get on with it. I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to do as far as the background is concerned. The lady requested a little bit of gold and that type of stuff, so I'm just trying to gather my thoughts now. I don't know whether I should do a little bit of dry brushing or maybe use a sponge, but I think what I'll do, I'll get a bit of canvas or a board or something I got here, and I've got a canvas board, but I tell you what, I'll prime that now, and I'll do a couple of tests and see where we are. I won't bother filming that, it's not worth it. So, but I'll show you what I've done as far as tests are concerned. I don't know if you can see this very well on white. I have put a bit of gesso on there just to stop it soaking too much into the board. This is gold, acrylic gold, and I tried to use a sponge there, used a bit of tissue paper, but there I've done a bit of dry brushing with a 1/2 inch brush, but there I've used a script liner or rigger brush and trying to drag it around. So I quite like the effect it's making there. So I'm going to have a play around with the main canvas now. I think I'll just go around the edges for now and try and spring it in, and then we'll work on the centre, see how it looks. I've got a sponge, and let me take that ring off. I got a sponge, and you can use sponges with acrylics, that's not a problem, but make sure you don't let them dry. You've got to keep them wet or moist, and as soon as you've finished, get some soap on there and wash them straight out, because they'll just go really hard and unlucky basically. What I'm doing is I loaded the sponge, but I've taken some paint off as well, so I just want to get a bit thicker in the corners, because I want to make it a bit of a vignette. I'm not worried about going over the text because I'm going to paint that in anyway. So using a 1/2 rigger, and I was just twisting it and dragging it at the same time. You could get a similar effect with a feather. When I used to do marbling techniques, as you know, I've done decorating, and I used to paint marble effects, and you can use the feather to do that. I'll see if I can get a similar effect on you. It's quite nice. Just wash my feather, and you can put a point on that and dip it in some ink, and you can use it as a quill. Always pick up them, look for goose feathers or swan or that type of stuff. I don't know what bird that come off, but I'm quite happy with that now. I gotta let that dry, because what I'm using is a fast dry gold acrylic paint, so I'm hoping that'll dry pretty quick. So I'm just going to clean my palette and stop the filming for the moment. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this. Anyway, I've mixed a bit of black with the base colour, just to change his hue a bit. speckling on you. You know, I did have a toothbrush, which is pretty good for doing sand and stuff like that. So I just had to use one of my foliage brushes. So all you need to do is just load it up with a bit of paint that's slightly on the thin side, not too thin, and pull it towards you with your finger, and you get a couple of speckles. Works better with a toothbrush, this. Just pull that out a bit, just to... Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use that colour, which is the first colour I put down, mixed with black. Now I'm going to add a bit of blue to that, and I want to try and get this a nice cool tone. But before I do that, I'm just going to dry this off with an airdryer. I've just mixed a little bit of blue with that colour now. I'm just testing that out to see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. It looks like a blue grey. And I'm using a rigger brush, and let's get my mark stick. I made this stick, it's an old paintbrush, and I put some tape on it and all that so I can use it for resting my hand. So we'll just see what that looks like. I've thinned down the paint slightly with some, or you can use water, but I mix my own medium from different products, which you've seen on another video, which extends the drying time of my paint, and also the flow. So that's another video you could certainly worth you looking at. Now in an ideal world I would use a stencil and my airbrush for this, but my compressor is not working, so I've resorted to using a rigger brush or a strip liner or whatever you want to call it. go, so it's all done. What I've done now, I've just mixed a bit of black with the gold just to change its colour somewhat, and I've outlined the text, and I'll be honest with you, I quite like it, but it's not personally my type of thing, but you know, it's not for me to ask what people want, it's for them to ask me to paint something for them. So if that's what they want, that's what they get. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled, because you knew. That's what she wanted, and that's what she's got. And I'm looking forward to getting on to another project which I'm in the middle of filming at the moment, but this is taking my time up. Not just the painting of this particular thing, but I've had some new computer software, so I've been playing around with the editing suite. So I've been stuck on that for the last 3 days, which is fun, as you can see by the new intro and outro on my DVD, my videos, sorry. And I'm just getting ready for my new website launch, so that should be hopefully, well, I was hoping it would be the end of this month, but been a naughty boy and I really haven't done any work on it yet, so I need to get that finished. And all it is really is taking some photographs of some work that I've done and see if I can get that up there for sale. So if anybody got any tips on how to sell artwork on the internet, I would be appreciated, because most of my artwork is sold locally and on craft fairs and that type of thing, but I would like to get into selling my work online if I could. And but there we are, one more commission all filled and some more money in the bank, so that allows me to go out and buy some more toys. Thanks for watching. I hope it's been helpful. Please leave any comments in the comment box, and please subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more during the year, I'm sure. And thank you very much for watching. Thanks for watching. Painting along in the studio with myself, Clive. Hey, if this is your first time on my channel, please check out my playlist links below. You'll go through all the acrylic painting, and also there's an airbrush site as well, which I've just started, which is phenomenal. I'm learning as I go, so you can laugh by my mistakes as well. If there's anything you want me to cover, then please leave a comment in the comment box. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. If you have already subscribed, well, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.